4 years. That's how long Nikon users have been waiting. Waiting for one camera that feels like the true successor to the legendary Nikon D500. The D500 wasn't just another DSLR. It was tough, fast, reliable, and surprisingly affordable compared to the full-frame flagships. Wildlife shooters trusted it. Sports photographers relied on it. Action shooters loved it. It became a symbol of performance and durability at a price that didn't break the bank. But then Nikon stopped making it, and ever since, a gap has remained. Nikon's DX mirrorless lineup has been filled with the Z50, ZFC, and Z30. Fun, compact cameras, but not professional tools. None of them replaced the D500. None of them offered the speed, the ruggedness, or the advanced autofocus that working photographers needed. For years, Nikon shooters have been asking the same question. When will Nikon bring back a true DX flagship? That's where the rumors of the Nikon Z90 come in. The Nikon Z90, if it becomes real, could be the camera that fills that gap. A professional DX mirrorless body that brings the spirit of the D500 into the modern Z system. Something fast, reliable, and powerful enough to satisfy action, wildlife, and sports shooters. The excitement around this rumored camera isn't just about specs, it's about hope. A hope that Nikon hasn't forgotten its loyal DX users. According to early leaks, the Nikon Z90 is expected to feature a 33-megapixel APS-C sensor. That would make it the highest resolution DX camera Nikon has ever made. For wildlife photographers, that's a big deal. More pixels mean more detail and more freedom to crop without losing sharpness. When your subject is far away, like a bird in flight, every bit of resolution helps. But while resolution is exciting, the real story here is speed. The Z90 is rumored to pair this sensor with Nikon's latest X-Speed processor, the same family of processors used in the Z8 and Z9. If that's true, we could see burst shooting speeds between 15 and 20 frames per second, possibly with a large buffer that can handle hundreds of RAW files. That kind of power could make the Z90 a dream for sports and wildlife photography. Missing the perfect moment would become a thing of the past. Video shooters have plenty to look forward to as well. The Z90 is rumored to offer oversampled 4K video at 60 frames per second and possibly slow-motion options at 120 or even 180 frames per second. That would make it an impressive hybrid camera. Ideal for creators who want both top-quality photos and cinematic video without jumping into full frame. But one of the biggest rumored changes might be something Nikon DX users have been asking for since the beginning: in-body image stabilization. The Z90 could be the first Nikon DX mirrorless camera to feature IBIS. That would be a major milestone. Until now, Nikon's smaller mirrorless models have relied entirely on lens-based stabilization. With IBIS, every lens you mount, new or old, would gain stabilization. For handheld wildlife shooting, panning, or handheld video, this would be a game changer. If these rumors are true, the Z90 could finally give Nikon a true competitor to Canon's R7 and Fujifilm's X-H2S. Canon's R7 offers 30 frames per second blackout-free shooting and advanced AI-driven autofocus. Fujifilm's X-H2S uses a stacked sensor with extremely fast readout speeds, making it one of the best APS-C cameras for action. The Z90 would need to stand shoulder to shoulder with these cameras, or even surpass them, to reclaim Nikon's position in the APS-C market. But there's more to this story than just specs. Nikon today is not the Nikon of 10 years ago. The company has shifted its focus heavily toward full-frame cameras. The Z8 and Z9 are Nikon's pride. They're cutting-edge flagships built to compete directly with Canon's R5 and R3 and Sony's A1. Nikon's own statements in recent years have made it clear. Their main investment is in full-frame. That's what makes the Z90 such an interesting question. If Nikon makes the Z90 too powerful, it risks cannibalizing Z8 sales. After all, why spend $4,000 on a Z8 when a smaller, lighter, and cheaper Z90 could deliver nearly the same speed and reach? But if Nikon holds back too much, then the Z90 will feel underwhelming compared to Canon and Fujifilm's APS-C flagships. It's a delicate balance, one that will define how successful the Z90 can be. Pricing will also be crucial. Industry insiders suggest a price range between $500 and $2,000. That positions the Z90 for serious enthusiasts and professionals who want high performance, but don't want to pay flagship full-frame prices. And for them, DX still makes perfect sense. A 400mm lens on a DX camera gives you the same field of view as a 600mm lens on full frame. That extra reach is priceless for bird, wildlife, or sports shooters. But even if Nikon gets the performance and price right, one problem remains: lenses. This has been Nikon's weak spot for years. The Z-mount DX lens lineup is limited. Most available lenses are slow kit zooms aimed at beginners, not professionals. The Z90 would demand a new class of fast DX telephotos and primes, but so far, Nikon hasn't shown signs of delivering them. Without proper lenses, users will be forced to mount large, heavy full-frame glass, which defeats the whole point of having a smaller DX body. This is where Nikon falls behind competitors. Canon's RF system already offers a growing range of RFS lenses, while Fujifilm has built an entire ecosystem around APS-C with fast primes, pro telephotos, and weather-sealed zooms. Fujifilm's commitment to crop sensor shooters has earned it a loyal following. Nikon's lack of DX lenses makes even the idea of a Z90 complicated. You can have the best camera body, but without the right lenses, it can't reach its potential. Timing is another key issue. The D500 was discontinued in 2022, leaving professionals without a true DX flagship. Since then, Canon and Fujifilm have kept refreshing their APS-C cameras, giving photographers more reasons to switch. Nikon risks losing that audience permanently if it waits too long. Even the most patient users have limits. Yet, there are whispers that prototypes of the Z90 exist. Some reports say Nikon has tested multiple DX bodies using different sensors, from fully stacked to partially stacked or advanced BSI CMOS designs. A stacked sensor would deliver incredible readout speeds and minimal rolling shutter, but would be expensive to produce at APS-C size. A high-quality BSI or semi-stacked design could offer a balance between cost and speed, making the Z90 both powerful and accessible. But beyond all the technical talk, there's something deeper: emotion. The D500 wasn't just a camera. It was a trusted companion. It was reliable, balanced, and tough. Photographers took it into the wild, through storms and mud, and it never let them down. That's what made the D500 special. The Z90 doesn't just have to be powerful. It has to carry that same spirit, that feeling of dependability and confidence. Wildlife shooters, especially, are watching closely. Many of them still use their D500s and refuse to move to mirrorless until they see a true replacement. Others have reluctantly switched to full-frame models like the Z8 or Z9, trading reach for performance. If the Z90 can deliver both, the reach of DX and the speed and autofocus of the Z8, it could win them back. But here's the harsh truth. Nikon itself may not fully believe in the APS-C market anymore. In its corporate reports, Nikon has admitted that APS-C camera demand is shrinking. Casual users are using smartphones, and serious photographers are encouraged to step up to full frame. If Nikon truly sees APS-C as a declining market, then the Z90 might never make it past the prototype stage. Still, niche cameras can have a powerful impact. They might not sell millions, but they build loyalty. They remind users that a brand cares about them. The Z90 could serve exactly that purpose, a sign that Nikon still values its dedicated DX photographers. Even if it's a small market, it's an important one. In the end, the Z90 is more than just a rumored camera. It's a symbol of whether Nikon still believes in APS-C professionals, a symbol of whether Nikon is willing to compete in every category, not just full frame, and most importantly, a symbol of whether the spirit of the D500 can be reborn. For now, though, it's all rumors. There's no official confirmation, no timeline, no price, no specs on paper, just whispers and hope. And that leaves many photographers with a tough choice: keep waiting for the Z90 or move on. Some have already switched to Canon's R7 or Fujifilm's X-H2S. Others have stayed within Nikon but gone full frame with the Z8 or Z9, using crop mode to mimic DX. But the longer Nikon waits, the harder it becomes to convince those users to return. The Nikon Z90 could still happen. It could still be the camera that rekindles excitement in the DX lineup. It could be the long-awaited mirrorless D500, fast, tough, and built for action. But time is running out. The clock is ticking, and Nikon's next move will decide not just the fate of one camera, but the trust of an entire community of photographers who have been waiting for far too long.